And that's the division we're talking about, is am I willing to give up my right to be right? Am I willing to start to give up some of the thoughts that come naturally with no effort and no attention when my boss hands me a report and says, you're going to have to do that again. And by the way, you were 5 minutes late. I want you to stay later tonight, even though you miss your train. But you do that. Am I willing to give up the thoughts and feelings that just got triggered? And you might ask, well, why would you give them up? It's justified, you know. He's narcissistic, he's demanding, he's judgmental, and he may be all those things. And he may be actually doing it just to get back at me, just to be mean to me, just to make me feel bad. Whether it's a justified resentment or a non-justified resentment, it's my resentment. So now when I go into my office, they're my thoughts that he's a jerk, he's stupid, I hate this job, I never should have taken this job. Those are my thoughts, not his. I don't know what he's thinking in his office. And the feelings that go with them are my feelings: anger, resentment, fear, self-pity. So I look at that state that is in me, in my consciousness, and ask the question, would I be willing to give up all those thoughts about my boss and all those feelings? My ego says, you don't have to give that up. You have every right to those thoughts and those feelings. He's a jerk. You're absolutely right. He is a jerk. Well, maybe he is a jerk. But do I want to spend the next 3 hours with anger, resentment, and fear and going over these thoughts over and over and over again? Is that what I want to spend my time doing? I have to make that choice. The truth is, I like to go over and over and over making him wrong and me right because it makes me feel right. I like that. But there's also a price to that. The price is my stomach is contracted. I don't like my job. I no longer like him. We're separate. We're not enjoying our work together. We're not doing a good job together.
Not that it doesn't matter, but it's, you know, it's not important.
Start to get perspective. This freedom from the bondage of self, the freedom from the ego, to me is a reality. I used to take religion as about something you did on someday and something maybe you have to deal with when you die and go to heaven or you don't. Now more and more I read, more and more I study, is no, religion is about that part of you that you can't see. The natural doctors handle your natural body. The spiritual is about, what are your thoughts? Well, I can't see my thoughts. I can't hold them. But you have them. What are your feelings? I can't see them. I can't hold them. Yeah, but you have them. The spiritual is about where do you want to live in your thinking and your feeling. There's a place that's very difficult to live, called love of self or ego. And there's a place which is pleasant to live even when the external circumstances continue to be difficult and changing. And that is where you come with other people, you love them as yourself. Their happiness is as important to you as your happiness. You're really in your job to get the job done, not just to look good and get your money. There is a place in you, that's called the kingdom of heaven is within you. There is a place in you which is heavenly, and there is a place which is difficult to deal with. We can call it hell, whatever you want to call it. And the shift is, if you go to your job or you go to your house or you go to your family, depending on them to produce an outside paradise to be happy, you're not going to find it. I've found it. Whereas if you seek the kingdom of heaven within you, which is the shift we're talking about, then that starts to reflect in your outside life. And my job, my relation with my supervisor, who is a difficult person to get along with, and the judges are very demanding and so forth. From this shift, I started to enjoy, have a better relationship with him, enjoy my job more often. If I didn't enjoy it, I had a means by which to bring that to God and have it removed. So that I didn't have to wait for everybody to be doing things the way I thought they should in order to be happy. I could just give up the idea that everybody should be doing things the way I think they should. And that was a great burden to give up. I didn't have to carry that around, and my wife didn't have to carry it around for me, and my kids either. So, and I do it every day. I do it a number of times a day. And I always have the option not to do it. And there's part of me that likes to just get down and be angry. And but now, like they say in AA, is AA will ruin your drinking. This kind of thing just a little bit ruins your enjoyment. It isn't quite so pleasurable to be in that justified resentment because you know you're creating it and you're enjoying it and sitting in that pity pot, as they say, you know, after a while wallowing in self-pity and, you know, jealousy and anger. It isn't quite so enjoyable. when you know you could get out and there is a better place to go. So thank you for all your time and all your patience, and I appreciate you being here. So good luck with it.